Hello, hello, it's me. Hiya. I just wanted to have a chat today about energy. Not kind of energy as in, I'm tired today, or I'm full of energy, I'm full of life today, but the energy that we put into us, into our thoughts, into our beliefs, into our words, into our life, okay? I had a day yesterday, and you've probably had days like this, where, everything just seems to go so slow and there's nothing happening and, there's no feedback from anything and there's just flatlining. I can't stand those days. And I do get them every now and then, and it's generally a Sunday when I get them. But obviously it's something coming from within me. So it got me thinking, about high energy people and all the things that we want to achieve. So look, where you're at today is where you're at today. So you may have problems, your life may be hunky-dory, and you might be thinking, well, no, everything's great in my life. I don't even know why I'm watching this. But just say there are things you want to do and be. You want to lose weight. You want more money for specific reasons. You want a different kind of job. Whatever it is, okay, you may not be able to get it immediately. But if we have this habit of coming from a low energy place and putting things on hold until, then the energy just gets murkier and heavier. And it's important, okay, because all of us, each and every one of us, as far as I'm concerned, we create an energy field that we live in the centre of, if you like, and it emanates out from us, and we go out into the world with it, and it touches other people, and theirs touches us, and they can pick up on that. And so even if, say for example, okay, you're applying for a job and you really don't want that job, or you really don't believe you'll get it, make no bones about it. There will people who will argue with this. I don't care. They can argue as much as they want. But that energy will go with your application. It will. I've done a lot of internet consultations. I used to type them. I don't type them anymore. I charge people extra if they insist on having them typed. That usually puts them off, because when you're typing something, it's great if you're writing a blog or a letter or something. But if you're trying to express something a lot more personal and individual, then the spoken word is always the best way to deliver that. But anyway, I used to, years ago, record on an audio recorder, a tape recorder. And people would write to me and they'd send me a cheque with their name on it, and their date of birth and their address for the return. And I would tune in, I would talk into the tape recorder, and then I would send that out in the post to them. But there were days you would open a letter and you'd go, can't do this one today. Just whatever it was that was coming out of that letter, the energy. There were some days you'd think, no, I can't do this one. And there are other days you'd open it and you go, oh yeah, that one's really great. I can deal with that one today. Oh yeah, this one feels good for me today. So it wasn't that they'd written anything horrible. It was just the feeling that came with it, So energy gets tied up with the things that we always say we're going to do and we never get around to doing. And I include myself in that place. So energy, I think, comes from in here. Yeah, from in here as well. But I always feel it here. So when you breathe and you go, yeah, looks crazy, doesn't it? But it feels great. Try it with me. Big breath in. Push it right out. Push that energy right out there. Right, the boundaries of your energy field. Push them. Push. Shove them. Push them. Push. And push you out there. Push you right out there. This is you. This is who you are. Okay? And somebody, may have told you that you're not good enough, that you'll never do this, you'll never achieve that, or you may be influenced by the people you've grown up around. You may love them, they may be great people, but they may not have the kind of ambitions that you have. They may not have any ambitions. And so you can feel lost. You might be, it's like looking in the darkness for a little bit of light. reaching out to somebody who can just inspire you a little bit, or somebody who can say, do you know what, yes, you can do it, but you've got to attract those people, you've got to find those people. Okay, now this is the first recording that I've done. I've borrowed my daughter's laptop because mine doesn't have a webcam on it, and I'm going to try and keep it simple and short, but I really wanted to talk to people about the place that we emanate from, which is within us, and then we create this energy field around us, which can't be seen but can be felt. Okay, there are certain people, when I go to their homes, I just feel really sleepy and tired. And people might say, oh, because it's nice and cosy. I'm not convinced that's what it is. I just think that my energy tends to shut down a little bit when I'm there. And so, of course, we all yearn to be around somebody that makes us feel good about ourselves, somebody that makes us feel alive. Now, look, in my line of work, I offer predictions, but I am not a fortune teller or a psychic. I used to use the term psychic because I hadn't come up with a more suitable phrase. And in the end, I came up with intuitive consultant. I use my intuitive intelligence and people consult me. So it makes sense, doesn't it? We can predict in life, okay? We can. If you do A happens, if you do B happens. And I've got an excellent track record for accurate long-term prediction. See my website, I've got loads of testimonials on there. I haven't made them up. The only things I've done is I've changed the names a little of the people who sent them, just so that it's not easily recognisable. And if there's any personal info in there, I've taken it out. I used to edit it as well, but I've even stopped doing that. So if there's, a spelling mistake or a full stop missing, I leave it because that's the way it was delivered. Do you understand? And I'm grateful to have them. I've had many more over the years, but they're, I only started including them when I developed that particular website. Or actually somebody else, some very good relatives in America did it for me. And I put my energy into it. I sat up till, I think it was nearly 6 o'clock one morning with my laptop on my knee, and I figured out how to edit it, how to change it, how to do this. I was really proud of myself, can't tell you. It was exciting, and that's what we're talking about, is excitement. Now, okay, so I'd got this website, but then there's a lot of other work, isn't there? I've got to get people to it. I've got to get stuff on there that people want to see, It's tricky. So even when we get that energy, we get that boost and we start, we still got work to do, but isn't that great? Isn't it great? So if you're coming from a place today of, I can't do it because I haven't got enough money, I haven't got enough time, I would say you can do something today, but first of all, you've got to put the energy into what it is you really want to make happen. And do you know, that sounds easy, doesn't it? And it's really not. And you know why it's not easy? It's because people, they feel somewhere within them, what's the point of having a goal? It'll never come to pass, or it'll take years. And so in the end, they dumb their own dreams and hopes down, and then the energy just gets sucked out of it like that. So what if we were crazy? What if we believed in the impossible? What if we believed that the weight we want to lose, we can get it off permanently? Okay, what if we believed that the motorbike we really want, right, can come our way? Okay, what if we believe it? And what if we put the energy into it? What if we start right now? What if it takes us another year? What if it takes us 5 years? So what? We're going to be a year older or 5 years older anyway, whether we do anything or we don't do anything. Do you understand? So it's the energy. So if monitor your inner dialogue, okay? If you find yourself thinking low level, low key things all the time, just stop. You don't deserve that. Put something better in there. If you find yourself responding to people in the same old way because they're responding to you in the same old way, it's the same old conversations, avoid it or spice it up, yeah? But a new energy. And when you feel in here like this, do this. Deep breath. Push it right out around you. And obviously, if you go and do that in the middle of Tesco's, people are going to think you're a bit crazy, but you never know. One or two might even join in with you, okay? But do it, because what you're doing is if you imagine inside your own head, really imagine it. It's like a tight space. Expand that out. Expand it. Okay? Feel yourself expanding your mind out. Ooh, expand your energy field out. Lift your shoulders. Stretch, reach and stretch every bit of you. Okay? And you'll feel that energy running through you. Do you know what? Hug a tree. I don't care whether people think we're crazy or not, because everything has its own life force. And so quietly, when you're walking around in the woods, go and hug a tree. Put your arms around it, close your eyes and just feel for a while. Just see what you feel. You'll be surprised. Okay, a lot of people won't do it and they'll all go, oh, there goes the tree hugger, but I don't care. I don't care. So, at the end of the day, okay, it's about the energy that we are. We are, each of us, a form of energy. We come into this physical experience of life as a form of energy, and we can develop and grow. We can also go backwards, and we don't want to do that. Okay? We can, we can make our own progression incredibly slow. Do you know what? There's a world of information out there, even if you don't like reading books. And some people don't like reading books. That's fine. I mean, I love reading books, but some people don't. But there are many other ways of getting information, aren't there? So just double check, right, all the sources of the information that's coming in to your life, right? Double check it. What are you reading? What are you watching? How are you spending your free time? What as a result of that, what's going into your head, okay? What's going into your mind on a consistent basis? Is it good enough? Is it exciting enough? Is it liberating enough? Does it enthuse you, or does it drag you down? Do you get caught up with, I don't know, watching things like Hollyoaks and EastEnders, and people go, oh, well, I love them. Yeah, well, I don't know. Why do you love them? That's what I say. Again, it's an opinion. But why do we get pleasure from watching, misery and spite? Each to his own, I understand that, but what I'm talking about here is input. So what is going in whilst we're absorbing that? Okay, so before we read our reality magazines and celeb magazines, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not suggesting that we become, incredibly boring or anything like that and only watch intense documentaries. I'm just saying, right, we're aware what goes out, what comes in, what goes out, what comes in, okay? Because we're creating this energy field. Now, whatever energy field you're living in today, you've been creating that for a while. So when you start to make changes within you, it'll take a little time for that energy field that you've already created to change, because the old energy's got to dissipate, the new's got to take over. So even if you don't get immediate results from life, through changing your mindset and your beliefs and your thoughts and what you're putting in, then just keep going, because it's going to depend on how dense this energy field is. Okay, if it's been years and years of misery, for example, or low level thinking, then it might be quite dense and it'll take a little time. But it might take a lot less time than you think. So it's about energy. It's about how we feel inside. It's about what we emit outside. Okay, in my line of work, I'm there to help. I'm a mirror to my customers. That's what I am. I'm a mirror. They can see themselves in the mirror, and they can see what's great, and they can see what they can change, and hopefully they can see their potential as well. Do you understand? The potential. I've seen so many people with such huge potential, and I'm not buttering. I don't butter people up. There are lots of people in the so-called psychic world. They cleverly figure out exactly what it is the paying customer wants to hear. They feed it back to them, and that person goes away happy. You could say from that point of view, it's a valid service. But then again, it should be described as that service. It should be, shouldn't it? But hopefully, when people come to me, sometimes we've got to pick a few skins off. Sometimes we've got to get to the nub of it. Sometimes we've got to get down to the brass tacks with it. But then, we can see ourselves. The customer can see themselves in that reflection. And they can also see their bigger potential. And that can be incredibly illuminating and encouraging. Okay? But I warn people, I always warn my customers, you might go out of here at the end of it feeling a little drained, because it is a big process. But you're likely to go out feeling more excited, But, you know, our conscious mind will try and drag us back to where we've been before, so just be on guard duty. Be on guard duty all the time, yeah? And go, oh, okay, no. Not slipping back down that pathway again. Do you understand? So it's energy, energy, energy. Right, I'm going to turn this off now, if I can. I'm going to put this out, and I'm hoping that, you know, as my first attempt, that some people actually watch it and somebody enjoys it. And I know people have been doing this stuff for years. Once when I was at school, the English teacher described me as the donkey's tail. I always came behind. And I suppose that was always me dragging my heels, the last one into class. Which is funny now because I absolutely love learning. See, education's wasted on the young. We have to get much older before we can appreciate it. So anyway, I'm going to shut up now and go. See you later.